Okay, we're gonna try to keep this as unedited and as quick as possible because I am so tired and it's so late and I've just been so busy. Life has been really just trying to like murder me lately, so I'm not having the funnest time. But I'm gonna make a video because I don't skip videos. I already made like I'm not upset with the video from last week because I like it. I like it for myself, but I know it wasn't like I wanted a Shadowhunters video. You know, I've missed the last 2 episodes of Shadowhunters because my life has just been like So let's talk about what happened. If you saw my last video, which you should, it's pretty cool. I painted this thing for my it's not even an art class. I was gonna say art class. For my language arts class, and it kind of destroyed my life for a little bit. Not like the first art project that I had to do that honestly like murdered me. I will never do anything like that again. It kind of destroyed my soul. It was the worst thing I've ever done. This like it's like if that one was like a good murder, this was just like a fun stab, like emergency room level, but not like dying. Like I was close, but I wasn't dead. So that took a lot of time. It was fun, but also I really couldn't do anything else besides work on that project. And now I finished it, but school doesn't want to be nice and just give me some break time. I'm back into it. We're doing so much work. We had, I had 2 quizzes and a seminar today. That was awful because surprise surprise, I am sick again because I don't take care of my body. It's fun, you know, as per usual. I feel like just pain all the time, but gotta go to school because I gotta be a scholar. High key failed my math test, but from like what it seems like when I've talked to everyone else failed it too. Or at least a lot of people. I have this friend who's like super smart and she seemed to do well. So I'm happy for her, but it seems like everyone else failed that test. So looking forward to that. I know like I actually failed. Like I say that like about a lot of things. Everyone's like, oh, you didn't fail it because I'm like generally a good student, but like I high key failed that. There were 10 questions that I keep saying high key. I honestly answered like 4 of them. It was really rough because I didn't have time to study at all the night before because I was working on my seminar prep for my language arts class. That took me 2 hours because I had like 4 hours after school. Did I have 4 hours? I probably had more than that. I probably had like 6 hours, but like I was just, the pain that I'm in was just so consuming that I really couldn't do anything. I just had to sit and be in pain. So that was fun. Heike failed that test. But my science test, I feel okay on. I feel like that test was okay. I really do hate my math class though, because on top of like not getting anything done currently, I have 2 assignments that I haven't turned in for my language arts class because life has been trying to murder me. And that has brought my grade for this quarter down to a D. It's a fun thing to see. And because I got a 100% my last quarter, it like evens itself out. So even though I have a D this quarter and an A last quarter, I still have an A for the semester. Like I'm 93 somehow, and I'm like, I honestly don't understand how this works because in math class, I can get A's on all my quizzes and 1 B on 1 quiz, and then my grade just like drops to an E, and I'm like, how does that work? Math class is just out to get me. And I know like all parents are like, oh, teenagers just think the world has to get them, but like honestly, this class is evil. This class was created by the dark energies of the world to destroy all of us. It's like not no. It's like math is hard, but this is unbearable. Like there's a level of like difficulty where you're like, if I work hard, I can get past it. But it's like up here, it's not fun. It's evil, and I hate it. I hate it a lot. So that's fun. I really don't want to go to class tomorrow. But by the time you'll see this, it'll be Wednesday, because we're not really learning anything tomorrow. And one of my friends is skipping 1st and 2nd period to sleep in, and I high-key want to do it so bad. Because I'm like, first period's so stupid. That you can literally, like, do nothing in a class and get an A, because the teacher's so nice. I don't think she's nice, more so it's just as, like, lenient. She's not a difficult teacher. And 2nd period, we're not going to do anything. So why am I showing up so early? Who knows? School is stupid. Today was kind of the worst. Kind of wanted to die. After I stepped out of my math class, I was like gonna cry because I was so upset with how I did on the test. I asked my mom if she could pick me up because I was like, I cannot do this. I cannot go from doing this to go into rehearsal because, as I'm going to talk about, and as you know, I hate this musical so much. And I was like, if I go to rehearsal and I have to deal with those dumbass bitches, I'm gonna snap. I'm gonna snap some necks. But I went anyways because another girl in the cast talked to our director and she was like, I have like actual legitimate reasons for not being here, so I can't be at rehearsal. And our director was like, and I was like, oh, don't want to deal with that. So I ended up going. I really did not need to be there, but I ended up going. And it was, as I predicted, awful. This is a great transition. We're just going to talk about how much I hate the musical. I want to quit so bad. I have 17 days from the day that I'm recording this until the last show. I'm counting down the days. You know, most people, when they do this, they'll count down to like the opening night. I'm counting down to closing night because I don't care when we open. I care when we're done. I want to be done. I want to be done so bad. I hate it. I hate it so much. So many people just don't know their lines. And so many people, it's like I get it, not everyone's a dancer, but you know, you gotta try somewhat. Like, if you don't come in with like, if your dancing skill, like, it's a mixture of like practice and pure talent. If you come in with like 0% talent, you gotta put in like 100% like effort in order to counteract your lack of talent. And yet no one wants to do that. If they're like, oh, I have 0% talent, guess we should just change all the dances to make them easier. And I'm like, no, maybe you should just try. Ever heard of that? I doubt that you have. It's so annoying because in my glorious number, we had a lovely kick line and it was so easy. It was so simple, but so many people were getting it wrong because they're dumb and stupid that we had to change it because they're that incompetent, and it hurts me. And I'm like, I know for a fact that it wasn't hard because other people could do it. I could do it. I'm not a dancer. My mom high-key believes. There I go with the high key again. High key. My mom high key believes that for like a good 12 years of my life I had no rhythm. Like, I was incapable of having rhythm. That's how bad of a dancer I was. / am. I really still cannot dance. But I could do that kick line because it was not hard. But they just didn't want to practice it on their own time. So for like the 5 rehearsal slots that we had for this number, if they just didn't get it, they're like, we should just change it. And I'm like, maybe just don't suck. That would be great. Apparently our choreographer changed it though. I can't confirm that though because I wasn't here rehearsal on Monday because I was going to the doctors to fix the pain within my body, and I wasn't here on Friday because I was doing a serious acting thing downtown because I was like, any excuse to not go to rehearsal sounds lovely. So I wasn't there. Even though no one can tell me when we change this, it's so stupid. Literally, we were doing this number at rehearsal today, and one of these girls comes up to me, and she's like, oh, well, we changed the kick line so that we don't have to kick straight anymore because it's the kick line is like a right knee, right kick, left knee, left kick, right kick, left kick. I don't know if this makes any sense, but right knee, right kick, and then you do the same with the left side going first, if that makes any sense. And so we just took out the straightforward kicks in order to just make it a knee kick, because people were so stupid that they couldn't get that we transitioned from a knee kick to a straight kick because they're that dumb. It really hurts me. But apparently we changed that, and I was like, fine, that's great. It's my number, basically. I get that's not my number, but I'm the one singing, and the song is my song, basically. So I feel like I should have gotten some consultation before this decision was made, but I'm not gonna bring it up to them because it sounds bitchy, and I'm only a bitch on the internet. So we changed it apparently, And then another girl comes up to me as we're trying to run this number, and we were doing this same kick line again and again because people aren't singing when they're kicking, even though it's so simple. And she's like, guys, like, because not everyone got the memo to not do the straight kicks, because not everyone was here apparently the day that we did this, whichever day it was. And she was like, guys, we don't do the straight kicks anymore. We just do the side kick. We just do the right knee, right kick, left knee, left kick. And one of the other girls, who I love dearly with all of my heart, she's a lovely, lovely, lovely person. She is like, oh, well, we should just ask about this because people were having discrepancies on whether or not to do this because not everybody was here when we got this note. But this girl, who I love, I don't have time to give her a fake name, so I'm just gonna keep referring to her as that. This girl, she was like, well, we should just figure it out when our choreographer gets here because, like, everyone's confused. And then the bitch, she was like, oh, our choreographer already told us this. This is what he specifically said. Like, we didn't just change this on our own. And then the girl who's my friend was like, oh, when did this happen? And then the other girl, just kept going on about how it was, like, the kick line and how I don't understand where the confusion came in because she just kept saying that, like, this is what we changed it to and we just need to do the sideways kick. We don't do the front kick anymore. And I kept, because she wasn't listening to my friend, I was like, okay, but, like, when did we change this? And she was like, you just do the kick. And I'm like, I understand what you're talking about, but when did we change this? And she was like, well, I don't know. And I'm like, okay, you're coming at me with an attitude because you are an idiot. That's interesting. That's a choice. So I'm really done with them. She's mad at me for, one, not being able to answer a simple question. I was literally only here, like, not for, like, these past 2 days. So it was either a Friday or a Monday. It seems really simple that she could tell me whether it was yesterday or Friday. You know? But, she an annoying bitch. She's real stupid. There's a part in the song where she's supposed to do a cartwheel, and she's like, I can't do a cartwheel, and I'm like, but you've done it at, like, every other rehearsal. I don't know what you're talking about. You can't do a cartwheel. She's so annoying. I hate her so much. She's friends with this other bitch. We're gonna call her blonde bitch because she's blonde and she's a bitch. I don't like her. She thinks everything's about her. She makes everything so personal. I'm like, literally not everything's about you. Maybe shut up. It's the worst thing to have to work with her, like, ever. Like, when we were all just trying to, like, work with our choreographer and our vocal instructor to just try to get things in sync, because we open in 2 Fridays from now. So when you're seeing this, not the following Friday, but the Friday after that, we open that Friday. So we really should have things down by now. I don't think we've choreographed, like, 5 of the numbers, so that's gonna be fun. But we were just trying to, like, talk, and everybody, as, you know, children do, they were just talking amongst themselves, being loud, being ignorant and obnoxious, and I was yelling at this particular group over to my right, which this blonde bitch was a part of. And I was not just yelling at her, I was really yelling at everyone around me who wouldn't shut up, because our wonderful instructors were trying to speak, and I was like, can y'all shut up? And I said it towards their general direction, but I was literally just talking to everyone, and the blonde bitch says, under her breath, I don't know, she wasn't directing it at me, but she said it loud enough. She was like, yell at me again, see what happens. And I'm like, first of all, I was not yelling at you. I said y'all specifically. That is an all group term. It means you all. All means more than one. I don't think she understood that, but it was not just towards her. So that's number 1. 2, not everything is about you. Even if I was directing it at someone, it probably would have been you, but it wasn't about you. Like, not everything's about you. And 3, what are you gonna do? I am significantly taller, significantly stronger than you. You continually go on about how you can't dance and about how you just can't do this and you can't do that. I am much taller. I'm much bigger than you. I could probably sit on you and just you can't move. Like, I don't know what you mean by see what happens, as if you're gonna fight me. Like, I would kick your ass. I don't know what do you mean? It's confusing. I don't know where she talks all this big game from, as if she can do something to back it up. She's all bark and no bite. She's so annoying. I hate her so much. And she has the worst attitude ever, and she's so incompetent. I'm pretty sure I've talked about it in another one of these complaining vlogs, but there's a part in my dance, again, where you're supposed to walk diagonal, like back right and then back left. And you would think, you know, that's not hard. An actual toddler learning to walk can do that. You know, it's just not stepping back, it's not stepping to the right, it's stepping in between them. But apparently, she can't do that. We're just gonna leave it at that. I don't know what else I could say besides, wow. Like, how are you even supposed to respond to the fact that she says she can't walk in a diagonal line backwards? Like, I'm still baffled by that. That literally happened like a month ago, and I'm still like, what? Yeah, it's a big shock. She also just wants attention so bad. I've definitely mentioned this before, but it still annoys me because it's still just stuck in my brain how much she wants attention, because at the end of my number, everyone does like little fun tricks and things. Like how the bitch I was talking about who has to do a cartwheel, that's what she does, her cartwheel. And she was like, I want to do something, I want to do tricks. But then she like goes off about how she can't do anything because when her choreographer is like, who can do like a flip, who can do a cartwheel, who could do like a somersault or something, like she can't do anything. And she keeps going off about like, I want to do something, and I'm like, well, maybe learn how to do something and then you can be in this. Like, it's really simple. If you don't have the skills to perform an act that we need you to perform, you're not gonna perform it. Like, you want attention for skills you do not have. Like, big confusion. But we're gonna stop talking about her, because I swear the more like more I think about her, the just angrier I get. I'm so angry there all the time. Like, I'm so glad I'm never doing this again. I can never do. I will be so angry. I'm so angry all the time. Every time that I'm there, I just want to snap necks. It's so frustrating. There's this girl who I don't necessarily have problems with because her attitude's fine. It's just she cannot dance for the life of her. It's so sad. It's so sad. Like, she really just... There is no fluidity in her movements at all. It's crazy. Like, there's a whole group number that she has with a whole group of them. There's a whole group of them. I'm trying to be as least specific as possible in case anyone watches this, because a girl from my class saw one of the videos I did with my friend, one of the collabs, the only collab I've ever done, that's on her channel. Thankfully not this channel, but she's seen that video, so she could probably find my channel, which is very frightening because I don't want that. This is where I come to complain about everybody from school, so no thank you. So we're trying to keep this as vague as possible, so ain't nothing can get back to them, because this is my safe space. YouTube really needs to have a feature where you can just block channels, and I know that doesn't always solve it, but like, block. And I know that's like is a feature, but I don't know how to use it, and I've really tried to do it. So anyways, keeping this vague, she is in a group. She dances in a group with a bunch of other people. Not like full ensemble. It's like they have their own mini group. And she just can't dance, like, at all. It's not like, I don't think she's not trying. I just feel like she really just can't dance. It's really frustrating. Just being here and just knowing that there's no way that, like, it sounds so conceited when I say it out loud, but like, my talents are not being recognized. No one appreciates how much work and time and effort I am putting into these shows, and like how I have so many good ideas, and our director agrees that they're all great ideas, but we can't implement them because everybody there is so incompetent that we can't make the show as the best that it can be because everyone else sucks. they all suck so bad. Like, you could only make a subpar show with a subpar cast, and it's so frustrating. Because, like, I had this whole idea for the Emerald City scene to have it so that, like, in our auditorium we have, like, these nice rows of stairs that go down through the audience for us to enter from the stairs, you know? Like, incorporate the whole audience in it. Everybody loves those moments. But we couldn't because everybody was so already confused on how to do the rest of the dance that incorporating a new thing was just gonna be too much because they're so stupid. And it hurts. It really does. It really, really does. And just no one cares. Like, no one cares. It's so hard to be in a place working with people where no one cares. It's like a big group project. A show's basically just a big group project. And I think anyone will know that if you're in a group project with people who don't do the work, you end up doing all the work. And that puts a lot on you. And usually I'm fine with that in a normal, like, school setting. But when it's an actual show, I can't do everything, you know? So, we're gonna see how that works out. I honestly do not think that this show is gonna be good. Everyone keeps talking about how this show is gonna be a good show, and it's so annoying because I was during rehearsal today when I really didn't need to be there because they were working with a whole group of people that did not include me for like a majority of the rehearsal. I was sitting like in the audience seats, just like waiting. I was sitting like in this section of seats, and everyone else was sitting in this section of seats. This includes the bitch and the blonde bitch, and I was just sitting there. Like, basically, it's like, I wasn't eavesdropping. It's just they were talking right there. You understand when you're not having a conversation, you're just sitting and you're not listening to anything. So your ears automatically just pick up the noises around you, and that happened to be their conversation. So, they were talking, and everything they said was just so stupid. And it hurt me so bad. And they were talking to, I think, like, one of the new, like, ensemble people who wasn't in the musical last year. And they're talking about how Tech Week, which is coming up, is one of the, it's just like you have to stay like so long. Like last year we stayed until like 9 o'clock, and I'm like, yeah, we should have because our show was shit. But they were talking about how they felt so much more prepared last year than this year, and that really was just like a wow moment because I was like, these bitches still believe that we put on a good show. And I'm like, oh wow. You keep telling yourself those lies, honey. Whatever gets you to sleep at night. Because we put on an awful show. So the fact that they believe that they did better last year is really worrying. Because if they believe that they are doing that bad this year, then this show is going to be a shit show. So that should be fun. And then they started singing songs from last year's musical again. And I've mentioned how much I hate that. Like, so much. They keep bringing it up, and I'm like, please stop. This is like the main reason why I can't do another musical, because they will bring up that musical again and again and again, and I cannot. And then the blonde bitch, she was just going off and saying outright lies in front of people that were like there and didn't check her on the fact that she was lying. She was talking about how during Tech Week for the musical last year, we were staying so late that her dad had to come in and like yell at her director and just go off about how are you keeping my daughter here so late, blah 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 blah, and how she had to leave like all abruptly. And I'm like, this never happened. I honestly said that like right there. I didn't even really try to say it under my breath. I just said it out loud. I was like, that never happened. Like, you are honest to God lying for attention. It's so sad. It's so sad. Like, that, why? Why did no one say that she was lying too? Like, that never happened. There was a moment where she tried to leave notes early that we have at like the end of our full rehearsal, because she was like, my dad's here to pick me up, I need to go. Even though we all know that you don't leave until it's over. There is no set time to go. You wait. And then she had an argument with our director about how her dad was there and how she had to leave, and then she left. That was the extent of that. I don't know what she was talking about. I've never seen her dad before. Like, ever. And I have been at every rehearsal. So, you would think I would remember something like that. And I have a pretty good memory. That's how I'm doing so well in, like, in performing this musical and in school, so I'm pretty sure that's never happened. And yet she says this with such truth. And I'm like, okay, you just spread your lies wherever, alternative facts. So I really just hate her. I really just hate liars. I hate them so much. I'm like, why? This is so unnecessary. I hate liars so much. I can't get into it right now. This video is already long enough. But I really hate liars, so I really hate her. On top of the musical, I'm in a theater class, like usual, at my school, and we're doing duo scenes right now, which is just like 2-person scenes. And I'm doing 2 duo scenes in my theater class because our director, who is the teacher for that class, knows how good I am at memorization and just believes that I can like do all this. And I'm like, I don't think she understands how much I'm actually doing. I don't think anyone understands how much I'm actually doing. I'm doing 2 different duo scenes in that theater class that I have to perform on Friday. I have to create a full lobby display for the musical by Friday. I'm the only person doing this. I'm creating like a full out from like the main doors of like the building to the doors of the auditorium. Like, it's a very long distance. Like, I'm doing a full display with decorations, and they're all made, like handmade, because we are poor and we need to do DIY everything. I'm the only person doing this, and I have to memorize like songs and dances and get all my costumes together, because you basically have to buy like half the costumes yourselves because we have no budget. And I have to do all this like at the same time as being a scholar and trying to stay on top of my schoolwork and not fail. Like, I failed that math test today. Like, I don't think anyone gets it. Like, I'm doing so much. I'm doing so much. I'm so excited for this to be over. 17 days. 17 days. I'm so excited. 17 is my favorite number. 17 days, and then it's over. And then I just need to focus on finals, not failing those, and then just, that's it. Then I get to go to New York, which I'm also not looking forward to because the blonde bitch is gonna be there too. So that should be fun. So if you sat through all this, I hope you can just like sympathize with my pain and just like hope for the best for this show. I really need all the positive vibes for this show. Like, even if you can't send all of the vibes to make the whole show good, just make my parts good. Because there are actual judges coming to judge the show, and I know we're not gonna get nominated for anything, but if I could get like an honorable mention for like supporting like lead actress, that would be great.